In movies, some props become more than just set dressing. They become legends. And few are as instantly recognizable or as shrouded in mystery as the PKE meter from Ghostbusters. So we're cracking open one of sci-fi's most iconic paranormal props. From its cobbled-together construction out of a shoe polisher to its unexpected detour onto the FBI's most wanted list, this is the untold story of a prop that became a pop culture icon, a replicator's dream, and a collector's holy grail. So grab your jumpsuit, power up your proton pack, and jump onto the ghost trail of the legendary PKE meter. I would say Ghostbusters is in my top 10 favorite films.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's in my top 10. It's in my top 2.
Wow!
It's a toss-up between Blade Runner and Ghostbusters.
I've always wanted to be a Ghostbusters, and I've always wanted to research paranormal activity from Ghostbusters.
You know, Ghostbusters was fiction, right?
Oh, I believe in the paranormal. I'm cursed for never having seen a ghost, ever.
This is one of 2 PKE meters that were used in Ghostbusters 1 and 2. These were not made for Ghostbusters. These were made by Modern Props, run by John Zabriskie, and they were just a generic sci-fi prop that had movement capability and lights that fit the bill of the script and became iconic because of its use in Ghostbusters, even though it was in other films.
I never knew that this was like a rented prop. I always thought this was something made for the movie. Yeah.
This was designed based on a shoe polisher.
How would this thing polish shoes? But did it have like spinning stuff coming?
Well, we actually have one of the original shoe polishers here.
I mean, I never knew this was a shoe polisher.
We tracked one down, and we haven't even opened this, so we bought it, but we haven't seen it either. So we'll all get to look at
and
what this was built off.
And it's in a workload shoe box.
Yes, does not come with the original box, unfortunately.
Let's hope we actually got what we ordered.
It better be.
Not a pair of shoes. Our first official unboxing.
A box within a box. From what we read, the one that was used to build this prop was a green one, and this was the only green one on eBay. But there were red ones and other colors that they were made in.
Oh, I see.
So we got the whole shoe polisher kit.
I think it was open.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so this side with the lines, I believe is the side that has this, right? Because we have this spot here that could have been cut out and he could have added the dial. And we flip over, we've already got this raised panel that he would have built that off of.
Okay, yeah. So the raised panel is
where the meter would be.
It's weird. So they added those stripes, those lines on the back.
Right.
How did they do that to like make it stick?
You tell me, because you're the builder here.
And
yes.
When is this from? The 70s?
70s and 80s, I believe.
Yeah. So let me see the base. They cut it. They didn't cut it. They just took it on the belt sander and just went.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same
Is the length of the size?
It's
Oh
the
yeah,
same
you're
size.
right. You're right.
They just belt sanded this
down to the inner level.
So you could probably see some scratches from the belt sander. Then.
Yep.
Then they probably. I wonder if let me see the back of it. They probably did the same thing with the belt sander and just cut that. But I wonder if you could see some of that. They kept the screws. Because this would have been hard, these lines would have been hard to stick on there and make them stay on there on this type of plastic. It would have been difficult to have them all lined up perfectly.
And they do seem very.
Do you think
well
that these pieces would have been cast, like they built something off of that?
You'll know if you open it and you see the
green?
No, if you open it, if green, yes, but even if it was painted, you would see the plastic lines and the structural lines of the plastic on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of the webbing. So you'd see it. If the inside of this looks like fiberglass, and then it's been molded. But well, no, because it wouldn't be because
No, because that would be the front. You're right.
This is the part that actually has the connector.
Yeah.
And where are the screw holes on that? They're on the same side, so the screw holes are in the same place.
This is it.
Well, that's an
This
interesting
has a little
sound.
motor. That's a little.
So the screws the same at the bottom?
Let me see.
Oh no, there was one on the bottom on that one, and then two on the top?
2 on the top, and there's 2 on the top on that.
So there's 2 on the top on here, and there's 1 here and 1 here on that unit.
Oh, you know what? Also, look at this.
What?
These angles on the front, these 4 corners, are much sharper than in this guy. It means that this entire section here,
He's rebuilt it.
he's rebuilt it with Bondo and sharpened these corners. Look at the screw heads are totally different. They're much smaller than this.
That's right. He built 2 of these,
Uh-huh.
so I don't know if each one was built identically off of one of these, or if he cast this
Yeah.
and then made the modifications off the casting,
Yeah.
and then made copies of those.
Well, Martin, you're the expert
I'd love to. Can I look at it?
Yes.
If you had this shoe polisher and you had to turn it into this, how hard would that be to do?
I mean, not that hard, but like it's definitely some. The gap in between, there's tool marks in between each one of these.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I bet you this was probably done with one single piece, and then they kind of
carved it out
because you could see all the tool marks.
I just noticed something in the reflection of the light. What does it say right there?
SP001.
Which is the SP1.
The SP1 shoe polisher.
But I don't know why it would be etched into the bottom unless the prop maker wanted to remember what he used to make it.
Yeah, or he called it the SP01 and 02 and for an inventory number. Let me get the magnifying glass down. Definitely a layer of green on the inside, on the bottom half.
The bottom half?
Even the top a little bit.
Now look at the handle all the way to the bottom. On the ledge of that, the edge
There's
of that
a
handle.
lot of red coming through, more of a maroon, as if there was a layer underneath that was maroon that got worn off.
You can see the tool marks in between the grooves.
Yeah, I totally see
So
what you're
that
talking about.
wheel that they cut out the hole to add in there, what does that do? What
This
is
is
it
a
for?
dial that when it's powered up, by adjusting this wheel, it changes the speed of the color light change. As you're using the device, you would press one of these 2 and it would open up, and then another one would close it, I believe. It's been a long time since I operated this thing, although it might be these 2, I'm not sure. But I definitely know the dial, it speeds, so the cycling of the lights goes from boom, bump, 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 bump to bump, 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 bump. Well, let's pull up the film. 'Cause it's been a long time since I've seen this operate.
Were there LEDs at the time in the 80s?
They're not LEDs, they're bulbs.
They're little tiny.
Incandescent bulbs.
Incandescent bulbs. Really?
But you can see there's a pattern going, and there's a timing of it.
And there's on the little green
see on the
screen.
film.
there's a
Right.
pattern on the
Yeah.
green screen.
Yeah, the
And that
screen.
is matched up with the dial speed, I believe.
the pattern on the screen.
The green screen.
It's super complex, huh?
Oh yeah.
I never really looked at it like that much.
He does have his finger right where the dial would be.
Right.
Oh, and then it closes automatically.
And then
If you turn it off, it just closes.
No, because it's still on. It's off now, and it's.
How did it close there?
Because he hit one of these switches here
So are these
just-
for it to go. Zoom.
are these buttons here that they've added, or
These are not buttons. These are electronic contacts. So by touching the 2 together, it completes the circuit and causes it to either open or close.
Maybe holding it down activates it, and then he just let go and it closed.
No, I don't know if that's the case. I think he may have tapped one side that causes it to close.
So this is the closest you can get to seeing it. It's still hard to get a good match. You just can't see him here, so getting a screen match is difficult. It's dark too.
Well, here's the thing. This was very new, pretty new at the time that Ghostbusters 1 was used, and it's been used on multiple films. So a lot of the wear that would happen on this device, the way it is now, is not going to necessarily be present on the version in the film.
There's one thing that you see here that probably would have been there then, which is this kind of imperfection in the way the
I would agree with
Bondo
that.
is. or
Unless, of
whatever
course,
that
it
is.
was repaired at some point.
I mean, it's still a really clean prop, and it probably was clean at the time. So
I don't think we might get imperfections in the actual prop, but not wear.
to me, the one thing that's interesting is that the black paint on it,
Yeah.
the color matches perfectly, like the semi-gloss color of this guy. It's
Yeah.
like, it doesn't look like it was painted again.
So even after being used on other movies after Ghostbusters, it's pretty much exactly what we're seeing here, minus a
Right.
few imperfections here and there.
Let's get this thing opened up very carefully and see what it looks like inside.
Do you mind if I, can I do it on top of, like this?
Sure.
Just because you don't want to put pressure when you're removing those screws in. I just want to do it with, like, looking at the screws with a magnifying glass so I don't strip them. Because sometimes I want to make sure the screw turns and doesn't get stripped as I'm turning it.
All right, I'm letting you do this.
Yeah, I'm going to be more than careful.
So Martin is taking apart the PKE meter very carefully. Remember that, very carefully.
Yeah.
Ideally, you should be able to just pull off that back housing and we'll get to see what's on the inside. And no, you don't get to look at it up close right away. I do.
There's a tripwire on the inside of this.
Now, generally speaking, it's not suggested to take these things apart. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you'll feel somehow that it'll be a cable.
Wow. Oh
Holy
my
smokes,
gosh.
this
Look at
is
that.
some complicated. Holy. So the screws are going to fall out.
There are 2 batteries here and a bunch of batteries here. That is
This is no joke.
insane.
Yeah.
Look at that. So the batteries are up down the middle. There's a series of 1, 2, 3, 4.
6. There's 3 more underneath.
I think, yeah, there's definitely 3 more, and then there's these 2 up here that are hot glued in. That's crazy. Look at that. If this was Dremel,
Oh yeah. No, it's.
that's what that would look
Yeah,
like,
totally,
right?
100%.
So this is a green housing.
Yeah, 100% green housing. I mean, it's definitely old. Look at that. So much electronics in there. It's amazing. Well, the little servo, little miniature. See the servo underneath the black box?
Yes, right. There's
There's-
probably 2. One
There's
there
2
and
servos.
one there
Yeah, 2 servos with.
to move the arms.
Yeah, these are conventional miniature aircraft. RC controlled airplane
That's right.
servos.
Right, I'm going to put this down right here.
Is it still attached with the
It
wire?
Yeah.
is very attached.
Well, the one thing that makes me 100% believe this is 100% genuine is the complexity of the electronics inside, and it's very like 80s style. And look at this, that's so cool. Damn. See these blue and red wires, right? Those are all the lights that go inside.
Yeah, I mean,
These
there's
are the
what,
leads.
7 lights on each side,
Uh-huh.
plus how
1,
many
2, 3,
lights on
4,
the
5,
front?
6, 7,
A
8.
separate wire for each little light,
For
so
each
they can
little
be
light.
separately lit. Now these batteries, I'm sure, are not original. These are batteries that are new. So I don't know if there was a bigger battery that was in here at the time, and the reason that these have been attached here is because to get these in series it needed more power. I don't know.
I mean, looking at this, it feels like a real psychokinetic energy meter.
You know, it's one thing to have an amazing iconic piece from one of your favorite films, but then to open it up, which I've never done before.
I mean, these guys were geniuses, no doubt.
They were.
It's really cool.
Yeah, fascinating.
The next time it'll be open will be decades from now.
So do we know what happened to the second PKE meter?
That's a good question. That's something we haven't really addressed. There were 2 of these. One stayed with Modern Props. The other one went back to the builder, Brent Scrivener.
This guy's background must be pretty extraordinary.
I'd love to find out more about him.
Yeah.
And then when Brent died, his parents sold it privately through Prop Store. At some point, the one that was kept at Modern Props got stolen. and it is currently listed in the FBI's website. I want to make it very clear that this is not the stolen PKE meter. This is the other one. This is the artcrimes.fbi.gov Ghostbusters PKE Meter. Small plastic handheld object used as a prop in Ghostbusters movie. And you know, it gives your measurements, it has a reference number, and a photo of, I'm assuming the one that was stolen, but it's very possible that that photo could be this one.
So there is a PKE meter out there, another one.
Yeah, somebody's got one.
Somebody's got one somewhere.
No one knows where it is.
Are we having a hard time putting this back together?
The wires, right? The little wires all the way at the bottom.
They're getting in the way of the screws?
They're getting in the way of the screws. So they just need to be tightened a little bit, and then the screws can go in.
Tuck them
I
in?
don't want to force the screws in and damage the
Of course.
They just have to be tucked in, and that's it. You know. Did you notice that little right here? There's a power charger.
That's to charge the rechargeable batteries.
That is really cool. I mean,
yeah,
that's like.
I do have one more thing to show you from Ghostbusters 2 on the screen.
It's actually the same brand. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's not the same. Not the same. No, I'm sorry.